It has been confirmed that Battlefield 6 will launch without a classic server browser. I use the word classic because there will be a server browser, but there won't be any official DICE servers on it. Battlefield 2042 launched without a server browser, and to this day remains one of the biggest complaints the player base has about the game. The absence of a server browser has three very important effects. Number one, players cannot pick what map they want to play. Number two, complete lack of any modification to a server. Things like how many tickets a conquest or a rush match can have, or what's the player size. Are there 64, 48, 32, what's going on? And of course, weapon rules. And number three, players have to match make after every match is over, thus not being able to keep playing with the same random people. Players not having the option to decide what maps they're gonna play can be extremely damaging to their overall experience and enjoyment of the game. This problem becomes even more annoying in cases like Battlefield 2042, for example, when the maps, most of them are complete crap and there's only a couple that's decent, and as a result, because the players obviously want to play the better maps, they keep on leaving matches the random matchmake system puts them on, until they eventually either get sick of it and close the game, or find the map they want to play. But overall, the end result is the same. The players are going to stop playing your game faster simply because they cannot play what they want to play. Complete lack of any modifications to servers affects the player experience just the same way. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, for example, to this day still have servers with 3000 tickets on Operation Metro and Operation Locker on Conquest. For whatever reason, a portion of the community enjoys playing one match for 90 minutes where you sit in the same spot, spamming your grenade launcher or your LMG and being suppressed for 45 out of the 90 minutes. Some people just enjoy that. Other servers have rules about maximum number of snipers. In a 32-player server, there can only be 3 snipers per team. Like it or not, those servers seem to be popular, so obviously the majority of the player base likes them and wants to play that way. There are also other servers that not allow any explosives. No noob tube, no grenades, no mortars, no nothing. And those are obviously very, very popular in smaller size maps like the Operation Metro and Operation Locker. Modified servers like those allow for players to create their own experience. For example, Operation Metro with no explosives is a completely different experience to Operation Metro with explosives. Players being able to create servers where using X type of weapon is not being allowed not only allows players to play the way they want, but also fixes any potential issues a game could have with overpowered weapons or explosives or whatever it might be. And the best example for that, again, is Operation Metro and Operation Locker, where the map layout is very fun for a big portion of the player base, but the extremely annoying spam of explosives is not. So what they did? They modified the server to match what they think is best. Moving on to no consistent servers and having to matchmake after every match is also a big downside. Battlefield matches can have up to 64 players. Clans and communities are a big part of the game, or at least they were until 2042 came around, and sadly without consistent servers, their ability to have fun nights with their community or clan is questionable at best. Not being able to play on the same server for the next 4 hours is something that affected a lot big clans, because now every time a match is over, and keep in mind that this argument fits extremely well with what we said earlier about the tickets a game has, how many tickets, how long a match lasts. If a match lasts 15 minutes and 20 players have to get organized again in order to find a server where they can all fit together, will never happen in a no server game. They have to use a server. If they use the matchmake tool, it will take ages for everyone to join, and by the time the last player joins, the match will be over anyways. These 3 downsides of not having a server browser are in my opinion the most important ones. Alexia Christofi, producer at DICE, made a post on X asking what is it about server browser that's important to the player base. Her post received more than 1000 comments, and then she posted this. Feels like most important things are A. Persistent servers, B. A sense of community and a way to play together. C. Being able to choose specific map modes. D. Being able to filter by ping server fullness. And E. Support for low population regions. More to share on this in the future, but I think our server browser solution answers all these wants. Yes, it's via portal and shows community experiences, but this can award full XP. Will be front and center in our main menu, not hidden, and will allow you to filter and search for specific things you want. Again, more to share in this in the future, but seeing all your replies, I think what we have caters to the majority of use cases. We can talk more about why it feels like it's not enough at a later date. Then someone asked a very important question. What's the main difference with this solution to how it was in 2042? To which he replied, showcase the server browser in the main menu, not hidden away, better ways for us to filter out XP exploit servers, full XP on more experiences than ever before, clearer rules for what gives modified XP, probably more things, but it's 7 AM and I'm jet lagged. The two most important parts of this post, in my opinion, is first, the showcasing of the server browser in the main menu, and B, the full XP. Showcasing the server browser on the main menu of the multiplayer is a great change compared to Battlefield 2042, which had the server browser only inside Portal. This meant that if somebody wanted to join Portal, they would have to leave the all-out warfare, join Portal, and then start browsing the server browser. With having the server browser on the main menu of multiplayer, it's a lot easier for newer players to have access to it and check it out. This change alone could have a big impact on how popular the server browser tool will be. Full XP as well as clearer rules for what gives modified XP is also a much needed change compared to Battlefield 2042. Another issue players had with Battlefield 2042 was that most Portal servers were not granting any XP, so they couldn't level up. Even though these changes are heading towards the right direction, the main reason why so many people seem to not want to use the Portal server browser is simply the fact that almost nobody wants to join a server with 10 other players and wait for the server to fill up, as well as having to browse through dozens of weird servers until they find the one that has the modifications they like. Since there won't be any official DICE services, it's very possible that most servers, or at least a big portion of the servers that there will be in the server browser, will not be the original, authentic Battlefield experience. I think with the changes they have already made, and with more that will most likely come after players offer their feedback in the first couple of weeks of Battlefield 6 launch, the server browser could work under two circumstances. The first one, of course, being how badly DICE wants the server browser to work, because all they need to do in order to make it work and for players to stop complaining that much would be to simply add official DICE servers on that Portal server browser. With Rush, Breakthrough, Conquest, basic tickets, no rule changes, and just a basic map rotation. Literally nothing else. And the second circumstance is, of course, how badly does the player base itself and every individual want the server browser to work. And what I mean by that is, if everybody complains about not having a proper server browser but then decides to instantly matchmake instead of looking for a server to play on, then obviously the server browser will not work. Yes, maybe we don't have all the tools that we want, and yes, maybe official DICE services never make it into the Portal servers, but even without those, we can create our own communities, assuming we're all willing to spend a couple of minutes looking for a good server. Assuming we join Discord servers and we join communities and we help build those communities up in order to have 24/7 servers that run exactly the way the majority of the player base wants to. What are your thoughts about the server browser as it will be at the launch of Battlefield 6? Are you happy? Obviously, most of you will not be happy, but let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.